Everyone, I welcome you all to my video. I'm here in front of you to share my presentation about AWS IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. Before starting my presentation, let me introduce myself. I'm Haritha, pursuing Third BTech in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering with a specialization of Artificial Intelligence. I'm from AP Nandyal district. I'm interested in building a cloud club to provide a platform for learning and collaboration with others. Let's come into the topic. Let's start with the introduction of AWS. Introduction. Amazon Web Service Identity Access Management. It is a service that enables you to securely control access to AWS services and also resources. It allows you manage users, groups and permissions. It is a fundamental component for managing identities and availability of your AWS resources. Let's see how does it work. IAM manages user access to AWS resources by accessing users and permissions through policies like grant or revoke. Users are authenticating user credentials like username and passwords, then authorized based on policies attached to their IAM identity. IAM policies define the actions a user can take and the resources they can access, ensuring secure and controlled interactions with the AWS services. Let's see what are the features involved in IAM. There are several types of features like user management, group management, permission policies, role-based access control, multi-factor authentication, and also access monitoring. Let us discuss briefly one by one. User management. User management involves managing and organizing individual users' account and enabling users to access AWS resources securely. Next one, group management in AWS allows grouping user to simplify permissions management by assigning policies to group rather than individual users streaming across conference. Permission policies in AWS define the users or groups can perform on AWS resources, ensuring granular control over access permissions. Role-based access control. It assigns permissions based on roles, user to assume specific roles temporarily, ensuring least privilege access. And also multi-factor authentication adds a extra layer of security by requiring users to provide additional authentication factors beyond password, enhancing access security. And the last one is access monitoring and logging. It involves tagging and recording users' activity, API calls to AWS services, providing visibility into resource access, adding insecurity. Let's move on to the IAM user scenarios. There are identities and permissions. Users, groups, roles, credentials send a request to the IAM and the permissions grant, revoke are statement by the policies. Create and manage AWS users or groups. Assign permissions to users, grouping using IAM policies. Control access to AWS resources by specifying who can access them and what actions they can perform. Implement multi-factor authentication for an layer of security. Let me conclude briefly. AWS IAM enables you to securely control access to AWS services and also resources for your users. Using IAM, you can create and manage AWS users and groups and use permissions to allow or deny their access to AWS services. Thanking you for watching my video. Thank you everyone.